Africa is a continent of diversity, with varied climates and enchanting geography, and a people so distinct but with a shared enduring spirit. We are at the heart of the continent to bring you the untold stories. Let's have a look.
The Sound of Past Africa Never Listened To, an article on African history written by Mario Paul Caramuzi and read by Tim Esibu. Family feuds must indeed be avoided. Nobody wins when the family feuds, said Jay-Z in the song Family Feud off his album 44:4. However, if the family feuds, it should fully be a family feud with no outsider allowed to involve in the matter. So much so that if an outsider comes at such a point when the tensions are ablaze and machetes on each other's neck, the fighters should direct their weapons towards the outsider first, drive him away, then return and fight again. When the British and German foreigners penetrated present-day Namibia in the 1850s, two groups in the area had a great rivalry, that is, the Herero and Nama. Books state that the Germans exploited this rivalry and took control of the land. The Herero allied with the Germans, thinking they could get an upper hand on the Nama. The Germans set up a garrison at the Herero capital and started allocating Herero land for white settlements, including the best grazing land recorded in the 19th century history of Namibia. This was a family feud between the two groups of present-day Namibia. First off, they should never have allowed a foreigner to be involved in the matter, let alone one allying to finish a sibling. Assuming that an outsider will settle your family feud is similar to assuming that firefighters will deliver your unbent money to you when they take out the fire in your house. It can only happen under close watch, the kind of watch that's given to a person you cannot trust. As we Africans continue to fight and allow outsiders to come and help, we shall always end up a prisoner of the helper. I cannot say we should force existence without mumbling and grumbling, but we can choose to keep it among ourselves. Therefore, we should be ready to focus all our yelling on the outsider, who seems to care so much about us because we all know what price we pay for the help rendered to us. It is recorded that the Herero suffered harder at the hands of the Germans, and about half a century later, only 16,000 Herero people were alive, of the 80,000 that were alive before the foreigners intervened. Both the Herero and Namba later focused their fight towards the Germans and British, but were defeated and crushed. No one wins when the family feuds. It was easier to just deny the foreigners' involvement and settle the family issues internally irrespective of how much blood was to be shed. This and much more are bits of African history we have refused to learn from. We have refused to listen when past Africa speaks to us. We fight and then call for foreign involvement. Worse than the previous Africa, where foreigners sneaked in uninvited, Africa these days invites them. One presidential candidate fails and runs to the Western world for help. Help how? With guns and bombs, looting whatever there is in the process and destroying the very little that had been achieved? Let's fight if we must. Go ahead and kill each other if you must, but do not have an outsider slaughter a brother for you. Akuba Ouwe, Akuba Awumba Wumba is a Luganda proverb that can be phrased as, he who beats his own, does so while patting. Even if Africans kill each other, the loss won't be as heavy as a foreigner would cause. We refuse to learn from past Africa, but we should. Libya taught us and we learn not. Somalia screamed the lessons to us. We listen not. The voice of past Africa should and must be heeded. Follow African Column on our social media platforms for more exciting articles and content.